Okay, friends, so I've been asked to put together a little informational, if you will, on what I carry in my truck. This is what I carry in my truck to, I guess you might say, get home. I always carry these items behind the seat in my single cab truck. They fit very well, and I find that this is what I feel that I might one day need in whatever situation that is. I use a lot of this stuff even on a regular basis. I'm frequently in this bag getting stuff out of it, so these are items I use pretty regularly. First thing I do want to talk about is what bag I'm using. So my original bag was a camelbak mule. This thing is 20 years old. Everything on it is still good except the waist strap, which I broke a few years ago. I slammed it in the car door, and that was the end of the waist strap. But other than that, everything on this bag is awesome. I did go ahead and replace it with the slightly larger, kind of more mil-spec mule, if you will, but it is still the updated version of the camelbak mule. So let's go over what I got in here. I'm sorry, I don't even have a real video camera. I just have a phone. I'm not a professional YouTuber, so bear with me, and sorry for the motion sickness. Okay, so hydration bladder, that stays in the pack, stays empty. I never keep water in it. That's something I'll just have to deal with when the situation arises. Keeping water in it, not a good plan. There's the antenna for, long antenna for a bow fang. Okay, that just stays in the water pack so it doesn't get bent or broken. Okay, everyone's gonna love the top pocket. All right, so we got spare mags and a magazine holster. These are spare mags for CCW, which is always on me. So, all right, well, I can't get the holster out, but there's the CCW, okay, Glock 43, okay, and then we got Glock 19. That would be your more primary carry. I do like to have a weapon light on at least something, but not a requirement. Everyone's personal choice. So, there we go. There's the top pocket. That takes care of that. That's everyone's favorite pocket, of course. Okay, here's the rest of my gear. And if I have to set the phone down, sorry. Okay, this is like my charging bag. This is all my spare batteries. In fact, there's usually another one in here. It's in the center console of my truck still. But you got your chargers, cables, whatever you need like that. I actually double that up. Sometimes that bag is stolen for somewhere else. So in this little front pouch here, okay, this little mesh pouch, we got the following. I have another battery pack because God forbid our personal tracking device goes down. We might have a solar charger. There's a multi-charging cord. Basically, this is some fire stuff. We got pyro putty, winter and summer. I don't know. When you need a fire and you want to fire quick, either of those options, probably not necessary to have both. What can I say? I'm a Boy Scout, but I'm not. This is a plasma lighter. I'm not saying this is necessarily the end-all be-all, but it does charge off of a battery pack. So, and it's generally waterproof or water resistant anyway. So, not a bad option for combustion. In this situation, I don't really plan on having a fire, to be honest with you. Fire would be an absolute last resort. Main plan is to move. Okay, so emergency space blanket, just the very lightest. Like if I could only take this bag, I want everything I absolutely have to have in this bag. And then for other conditions, we'll get into this stuff later, I might have some extra, right? So emergency space blanket. This is also an emergency space blanket, but a little heavier duty. Combine the two of those, I don't know, you might make it through the night. We'll see. Wipes. Okay, I like to have clean hands, clean body, clean, you know what, right? So there's some hand sanitizer. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and also you don't want to get sick during the worst time it could possibly hit you. That's the waist strap for this pack, which I really like about this new mule. The waist strap comes off. I don't always want it, but sometimes I do. Carry some Zip Fizz in here. Just a couple of those randomly thrown in there. Makes the water taste a little better. Gives you some vitamins, some nutrients, something to help you keep going. Extra box of ammo. You can never have enough Hornady critical defense. Some micro cord. This is 100-pound test, 125 foot of micro cord. I don't know, might come in handy for whatever, snares, that kind of thing. Again, this is not like a survival kit. This is a get home kit. This is a, hey, useful stuff I might need in an emergency, but it's in a small enough pack I can move quickly with this. This is dynamite, or whatever it's called, para-apocalypse cord, survival cord, 11 lines in one. Got wax jute, good for starting fires, Kevlar. Got fishing line in this. Man, this stuff is a little pricey for what it is. $9 a roll for 25 feet, but can't put a price on your life, can you? Can you? Maybe you can. I don't know. Zip ties. Okay, so the other thing I should say is I carry this kind of pack or something similar, or I might steal some gear from this if I'm riding dirt bikes, whatever. These are good for repairs. These are good for, I don't know, neutralizing people who you don't necessarily want to permanently neutralize, but maybe you don't trust them. Okay. Lots of small stuff in here. Probably wouldn't kill me to maybe package a few of these, but water tablets. Okay, so I can use those. Just toss them in my bladder. I can find some fairly nasty water, filter the large particulates out of it, add the tablets, and I'm good to go on drinking water. Okay, so what else do we got in here? Here's where we get into some tools. Okay, Leatherman Surge. Highly recommend the Leatherman Surge. A little big, a little heavy, lots of utility. It uses these saws and all kinds of various saw blades here. Guys, if I wouldn't want to have to saw through much with this, but for making traps, making stuff, these are pretty nice for that kind of use, right? So what else you got? Oh, more saw blades taped up, because you know, if you're using a Leatherman to saw stuff, you're probably going to break some blades. Okay, we don't know what those are. We don't talk. No, I'm just kidding. It's not illegal. These are lock picks. I highly recommend everyone have them. You can make them that fit in your wallet. I used to carry them in my wallet till I accidentally went through TSA one time, and it was mostly embarrassing. It's, again, not illegal. Handcuff key. Again, there's probably better places to keep this. If you're curious about where, bend over and I'll show you. Okay, also for the Leatherman Surge, some tools. Man, when something's broken or you need to get into a battery or tighten your scope or whatever, Leatherman Surge with these little toolkits sure is handy. And that's just one of them. There's another one that comes in the kit. I love the Leatherman Surge, man. This is like a whole toolbox in one tool. Okay, and then we've also got a ferro rod, because who doesn't need one more way to start fire? Okay, knife sharpener. Knife is only as good as its sharpener you got with you, or maybe talent to use other things to sharpen it. Got a Sharpie, so I can, you know, I don't know, maybe write a note to somebody if I thought somebody was looking for me or might be following me. There's the Baofeng, so that I have some form of communication that's pre-programmed with all my local repeaters, weather channels, FRS, GMRS, MERS. I can scan, I can find some kind of traffic somewhere on this Baofeng. I would like to believe in a bad situation. There's the regular antenna for it in case one of them's broken or whatever, or I don't want a large one on it. I carry these. I'm not saying there aren't better cutting tools to have in your kit. I like this because these are cold steel double agents. You can wear them around your neck. I guess that's probably the main reason I like it. I usually have some other form of knife on me anyway. This is not a major utility knife, but it could be used for defense, and it is full tang. So, you know, it's not totally worthless. But again, this is not a bushcrafting kit. This is a get home to my family. All right, I'm gonna put that away right now. This is a get home to my family kit kind of thing. Or, hey, my family's with me. We have an emergency. We're stuck on the road, and you know, there's a lot of little things. I got kids. Having a little light in the truck might hurt, might not hurt. Having a light stick. Okay, last resort to start a fire or signal somebody for help. Red signal flare. It only burns a few minutes, but if you need a fire and you are freezing to death, there is no better way to start a fire than a signal flare. I don't know how old that is. For all I know, it won't ever start. if I tried it, I probably ought to replace that because it's probably 20 years old also. Been carrying it for years. Life straw. Okay, so, you know, again, I've already got one way to purify water, but this is so light, and I've been thirsty before without water. I will never make that mistake again. So I carry that. Carry some airborne. Again, you know, if you are drinking nasty water, this can at least maybe add some flavor to it, make it more palatable, give you some nutrients. You're on the move. It's amazing what's good for your mental health when you're in a stressful situation. I also have allergies, so I carry EpiPens. A couple other uses for those too, if you know anything about medical stuff. Also have asthma, so somewhere in my console is my inhaler. It probably should actually be in here, and good old-fashioned Bic, because why not? Okay, so that's it. That's what I carry in my bag. I feel like that pretty well sets me up. However, I live in Colorado. It gets cold in Colorado. I want something more than cruddy little space blankets if I'm cold, or if my family's with me, I want something more than this to keep my children alive. So this is a tarp. This is a space blanket tarp. This is waterproof. This is basically like having a space blanket waterproof tarp. It's significantly more heavy duty. Wrapped up inside of this is a cheap $20 military surplus wool blanket. Highly recommend. Wool. Also in my truck is always a wool hat and always wool gloves, and generally a jacket of some kind and some kind of closed-toed shoes. Wouldn't kill me to carry spare wool socks also. You know, it's COVID. The only reason I would ever wear a mask is because of COVID. Not. Okay, it's a dangerous world we live in. You never know what might be in the air. I happen to work in an industry where this is not an irregular thing for me to carry. So I do keep organic vapor mask with me at all times. Also, I have some chemical goggles, which is better than nothing for the eyes. Those are typically in my truck, but I'd have to search for them, and I probably would have a very low chance of carrying it. First aid kit. This is company issued first aid kit, always in my truck, but if I ever need it, there it is. So that's it. This is the actual first aid kit that I keep. So you'll notice there were no first aid kit supplies in here. I've moved them all to a little belt pouch so that you can just grab this first aid kit on its own. Oftentimes, because I might take this for another sport or hobby or something and just have this kit ready to go. It's going to have, oh, there's an inhaler. All right, I knew I wasn't an idiot. Okay, so there is an inhaler. I keep a bottle of random stuff, Tylenol mostly, Tylenol, Benadryl, just a few over-the-counter painkillers. You got some sunscreen bug repellent. If you were trying to stay still or something for any reason, you know that would come in handy. We got some triple antibiotic. We got some Melaleuca Melagel. This stuff's good for bug bites, irritation, kind of like triple antibiotic, but different. Little roll of duct tape, little mini roll of duct tape. We got some gauze. What else we got here? We got, oh, that's an inhaler, and now I'm looking through my phone. It's really awkward to do this. YouTubers are special. Chapstick. They can be used for all kinds of stuff. I mean, definitely if you get any kind of wound, you do not want an infection when you don't have medical care. So taking care of yourself and keeping your wounds clean is probably one of your biggest priorities. I have some things I'm going to add to this. I just got some alcohol pads, so I'm going to put some more alcohol pads in here. Again, the hand sanitizers in here. I got the wipes. Cleanliness, okay? That's what's going to keep you alive. Even the smallest wound untreated can be the end of you. Alexander the Great died of a nosebleed. Keep that in mind. And one more survival blanket, because you just can't ever have enough ways to cover your body up when you're freezing to death. A couple more band-aids, and that's it. That's what I got. Like I said, I think there's some things to consider if you live in different climates. If you live maybe in a city, or you live in different areas, you might adjust things. You'll notice I do not carry a stove. I used to carry a little stove, but I thought that was too much weight and stuff to carry. I don't have any food in here. Again, this is kind of a quick moving kit. You could very easily carry some food. The other thing that is always in my truck, and I have a spare here, so I'll show you. One second. Oh, there it is ISO heat. Okay, if you have a pop can, you can pour ISO heat in a pop can. This is alcohol. This will burn in a soda can. You cut the bottom off the soda can, whatever. It burns cleanly. It burns without a whole lot of light, and it generates heat, and it's something you can also use in cold weather to remove gas line freezes. So that's something that's always in my truck. Also, it's in the door pocket. Handful of other things that are probably in my truck that if I were to have to bail out, I would be taking with me. You'll notice there's not a light in here. That's because I have like 3 headlamps in my truck attached to my hard hat. I got headlamps all over my life. There's a headlamp. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other survival fun gear. That's more camping gear that still hasn't been organized, but you get the idea. I generally have a light or something. So if it's not here, it's probably because I have it stuffed somewhere else. You can see I already have too much stuff. So if anything, I need to get rid of some of this. But that's what I believe generally everyone should carry with them. One more sales pitch for camelbak. Okay, I'm telling you, I have carried this camelbak. I've been all over the world with this camelbak. This thing always comes with me. Oh, look, there's even still some old firestarter in it. I love camelbak products. I think they make high quality stuff. A little bit on the pricier side, but if you're going to use it more than a dozen times, it's worth the money. And yeah, so very much go get you a camelbak mule and make that your purse, because that's what I like. Also, you can molly. So for example, this guy, right? I don't want to be carrying a big backpack, and if it's summer, I'm probably not even going to bring this because this is more weight. But if it's winter, you can bet your sweet ass I am not leaving my blanket and cover home, right? So I got paracord attached to this. I can paracord that to my pack. Now I have my bedroll. Now I have my absolute essentials. I'm ready to roll. Maybe not in absolute comfort, but I have what I feel confident I need. So get what you feel confident you need to make it to where you think you need to go, and put together a kit that looks like you. All right, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.